desolate in the middle of limbo, covered in black tentacles. You guys managed to get. I knew you were going to say tentacle or testicles there, Chris. I knew it. Um, you guys managed to get inside the tower, at which point you were faced with horror after horror. First, it was a bone devil that seemed to have morphed out of this like severed hand that attacked you in a completely dark room that actually gave you guys a run for your money. But I'll leave it up to the fact that you were still learning your characters at that point. You guys then investigated the chambers of the researchers that used to live in this wizard's tower, and you learned that some weird stuff was going on. Some people were descending into madness, other people were getting terrible headaches, at which point you found somebody's left eye. I believe Endrick, who has kind of been the party's trap springer so far, decided to look at the eye and lost sight in his left eye because of that. You guys then traveled up to what looked like a laboratory of sorts. There was this like mound of pulsating flesh on the ceiling, and you threw the hand at it, and then the mound of pulsating flesh tried to attack you, and you banished it. You guys then went upstairs to the final room of the tower where you found a black gate that seemingly needed 3 keys to open: a left hand, a left eye, and a head. So now you guys are headed back down to the laboratory where the mound of flesh is supposedly unbanished, where you're going to try to collect its head, as long as the hand, as well as the hand you threw at it. So, yeah, we're going to start with you guys realizing this at the top of the stairs and just kind of dejectedly being like, oh shit, like, we're going to have to just walk back down these stairs to where this mound of flesh is that we're probably going to have to fight. Is there anything that you guys are doing? You can hear, like, through the time of this conversation happening, you can hear a faint, like, pop, and then you can hear this squelching as it's kind of moving around. You can hear like chests or like splintered wooden glass being slowly shifted around, but it does not appear that it's like chasing you. It seems like it's just kind of squelching around.
We'd better get down there before it eats that arm.
I was thinking the exact same thing. And we're just gonna take off down the stairs.
How are you guys approaching this?
No, not at all.
I can't turn us invisible or anything. I would just say, stick close to me, and you'd know by now that close is give or take 30 feet. You know,
Right.
And Enric's gonna lead the way down the stairs.
Are you just like clomp 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 heading right down, or so you're not trying to sneak up on this guy? Is what you're telling me?
I mean, I'll try and sneak if you guys want to sneak.
That's the decision the party has to make. I can't tell you guys what to do.
Well, like Raymond kind of like sees you about to kind of like storm down the stairs, and he just kind of like puts a hand on your little shoulder, and he's just like have a little look around the corner, see if he knows that we're up here, or see if he might be confused looking elsewhere.
Very wise. Consider this more often. Gonna make a
I can't believe
check.
you guys are an adventure, the 20th level adventuring party. This is the first adventure you've ever been on, and somehow you're mythic heroes. Go ahead and make me a stealth check.
That's a 12.
Okay. This thing is going to roll perception. So you step down the stairs and you kind of peek your head out around the corner, and you can see this thing. It just has like a bunch of appendages, really, that are just slithering off of it, and they're kind of like moving things around the room. It seems like he's searching for something. You can see that the left arm is still a ways off, but some of the fleshy appendages are heading towards that left arm. As you take a step down and try to get a better viewpoint, you accidentally kick one of these broken potion bottles, and it kind of ting ting on the ground, and you can see the head that's on top of this thing just kind of like swivels around and stares at you, and you can hear it say again, "Join me in Vecna's embrace," and then it's just going to squelch towards you. So I'm going to have everybody roll me initiative.
And are we hopping over into the battle map as well?
Yeah, so if you could pull that up for me, Chris, that would be lovely.
Nice.
So let's start with sorry, I'm just figuring out how to restart an encounter in D&D Beyond. Okay, gotcha. Jonathan, Legendary.
I got a 16.
16. Raymond, Truthfinder.
I got an 18.
18. Endrick, Lightbringer.
I got an 11.
11. And this guy got a... Okay. Raymond, you're going first.
Yes,
so
nice.
you're a bit up the stairs. I'm just going to set up your tokens right now. But you guys have moved away, and you were kind of like, "Hey, Endrick, can you go see what's going on?" And he went down. So he would be like right around here. I'm guessing that you guys aren't too far behind, and we'll say for the purposes of movement and everything, that you guys are able to squeeze by Endrick if you so wish.
Yeah, you actually can, because I'm a halfling and I can
Right.
move through people's squares.
Just go through the legs, yeah. All right, yeah, that's good to know. So I'm gonna have I'll have a little peek at it. And if it doesn't see it, it's kind of onto us, right? Because he broke the potion bottle.
Yeah, it's definitely on you guys. Well, it's on
You hear,
you
you hear
Endrick at the very
the
least.
potion bottle break, and Endrick just kind of like sigh.
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
Okay, so I'm going to try and use my insightful fighting to gain the upper hand over this thing. So it needs to make a deception check against my insight.
Interesting. Okay, not a very charismatic creature, if you can imagine. That is a 7.
That is
a 1.
That is a 30. That is 3-0.
Okay, I think a 30 does it. So that means that you have advantage on attacks against it?
It means that I can use my sneak attack against the target, even though I don't have advantage on the attack roll.
That is quite nice, isn't it?
And I also gain a... because I've used that, I have something called Eye for Weakness, which is if I hit with my insightful fighting, then I also get a extra 3d6 to my sneak attack, making a total of 13d6.
So,
So I got to hit him first, though.
yeah, was that a bonus action or a full action?
That was a bonus action for the whatever it's insightful fighting, and then I will take my action to loose a dragon wind longbow at him to hit with a dirty 20.
Yeah, that hits.
Then he's gonna have to take all of the dicks.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So well, I guess
13d6.
Well, to begin
From
with,
the
he's
sneak
going to
attack.
take. To begin with, he'll take so 1d8 longbow, like piercing longbow damage. So that's 3.
Okay.
And then he's going to take 1d6 of lightning damage, which is 4.
Okay.
And then now he's going to take
13d6.
Because it's 10 for your sneak attack.
totally. Wow. That is.
Way to clean up your language for
That's
stream.
24 from the first 5 picks. An additional 17 from the next 5 picks, so that's 41. And then 3 more. An additional 13, so you're looking at 54 sneak attack damage.
So I have all the damage. I was calculating it as we went. That was a total of 61 damage.
Ooh.
That ain't the last you've seen of me rolling 13 dicks this evening.
Wow. So, yeah, Endrick is just like, oh, here we go again. And you just see this bolt of lightning streak out and hit it in the eye, and it just lets out like a as it reels back. Raymond Truthfinder found the true spot to hit this creature. I'm not sure if that's why he has the name, but damn, that hit hard. All right, Jonathan Legendary, you're up.
I am going to cast Fly on myself.
Okay.
Take off, float as high across the ceiling as possible, making my way down towards wherever this arm that I had previously thrown at the ceiling is.
Okay. Are you able to move your token yet?
Of course I am.
Cool.
Do I know where the arm is?
Oh, the arm is. We'll say the arm is. We'll say like he got relatively close to it, but not super duper close, seeing as you guys came fairly quickly. So yeah, it's right there. Perfect. So you're flying down, and you have like swooped onto the ground, or you're on the ceiling.
I'm like hovering above where the arm is. I've moved and probably just preparing for next turn to jump down there and grab.
Alrighty. Yeah, because that's your action to cast Fly, and then movement. You only have like 5 squares, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I do want to make one little amendment to the last turn. You can see when the bolt hit his eye, definitely screeched, tons of pain, but then the little crackles of electricity seems to have like closed up a wound a bit. It's weird to see, but your keen eye does see it, Raymond. And you would think, based on this knowledge, just because you're so insightful, that lightning damage actually heals this creature.
I guess it was lucky it was just the 1d6.
Yeah, exactly. It was like 4
damage.
damage. So you only did 57 damage as opposed to... okay.
All right. Well, that's good to know. Thank you.
So then the... this mound of flesh is going to... What's it going to do? It's not really focused on Legendary right now. It's definitely more pissed at Endrick because it saw him and then Raymond. So it's going to like slither up here. And then it gets to make 6 attacks.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Actually 9 because it can use engulf. Okay, so I'm going to do the first 3 on Endrick. Actually, you know what? This is all 5-foot reach. So
Has to be Endrick.
You are going to get slammed 7 times.
What do you think I'm here for?
6 times, sorry. So here we go. +7 to hit. You have a 21 AC, so I'm just going to tell you how many hit and how many miss. 23 to hit. 14 to hit. So 1 hits. 14 plus 7, that's 21. So 2 hits. Ooh, crit fail. 16, so that misses. And then 17, so only 2 out of the 6 hit. And that's going to be 11 11, 15, and then 10. So that's 25 slamming damage. And that's bludgeoning in case you have resistance to it.
I don't believe I do.
And then I'm going to need you to make me... Actually, no. So you are automatically grappled by this thing because it hits you with 2 or more attacks. So this thing just like slams out at you with these like fleshy appendages, and you know, you're pretty surprised by how sticky these fleshy appendages are. So it just kind of like wraps around you, and then it's going to try to engulf you. So the Shambling Mound engulfs a medium or smaller creature grappled by it. The engulfed target is blinded, restrained, and unable to breathe, and it must succeed on DC 14 Constitution saving throw at each of its turns, or take 2d8 plus 4 bludgeoning damage. If the creature moves, the engulfed target moves with it. So, yeah, this thing shambles up to you, sticks onto you, and then pulls you in to its own fleshy body. And you know, you just see Raymond and Jonathan just see
I
this
don't
thing.
want
It's
to
like, this is some regular.
Isn't that thing like covered in like mouths with teeth, like even on its belly?
So
and stuff?
the it's more the same color and shape, less all the mouths. This is a.
Oh, this isn't an exact.
No, it's a token of a gibbering mouther. Whereas this thing is a bit. It's kind of like a homebrewed character.
That thing is aptly named.
Yes. So Endrick, that was the end of that weird creature's turn. Endrick, you are blinded, restrained, and unable to breathe. Yeah. You're not able to do much. You can't cast spells that require verbal components. Restrained. I think you can attack, but you have disadvantage on your attacks. But you can't cast any spells that have verbal components. So just keep that in mind if you plan on... I think you can still Divine Smite, but I don't think you're able to do much other spellcasting. And attacks have disadvantage. I think I said that.
Yeah. Dang, immediately. All right, it's gonna have to be okay, I'm gonna bonus action Thunderous Smite.
Okay.
And that would be just go with a first level one.
So the only component required for Thunderous Smite is verbal. So you are unable to cast Thunderous Smite because it requires a verbal component, because you cannot breathe.
I don't do that then. Is there anything that I've got that doesn't have verbal component? Oh,
I think your vanilla Smite doesn't. But...
Yeah, that's true. Okay, it's just an attack with disadvantage. It's a critical fail.
Okay, so that's gonna miss. You have a second attack.
I think you can't critical fail, right? Am I not just new character?
I actually get to re-roll that because I'm lucky as a
halfling
halfling.
luck or something.
Oh
yeah.
my god. Okay, and I have to take the new roll. It does an 18 hit.
An 18 does hit. Wow. Chris,
Yes,
knowing your
thank
character
you.
better than you. Have you ever
We actually talked about this. No, we
Chris
talked about this
remembering
earlier.
something.
Wow, this is the first for our entire D&D campaign, and he did it live on stream.
All right.
And yes, I've played a halfling once, Pubert Proudfoot of the Shire.
Right.
Okay. Is this a undead or?
This is an undead, as a matter of fact.
Okay, so I'm going to Divine Smite as a free action here, so that gives me an extra 3d8 because it's undead. Then I need one more d8, so I'll just roll this. 2 more d8, sorry, because of my weapon. Okay, 8, 14, 21, 25, 32, plus 5 is 37, plus 2 more d8. 8 is 40, plus another one, because that one went off the table.
Okay.
46.
Whew, you guys are hitting a lot harder today than you did yesterday or last week. 46 damage as you're sucked into this thing. You're flailing around. People on the outside of this just see his sword light up, and he stabs it into this mound of flesh, which lets out another. It's looking. It's not looking great. Like, you know, it's bleeding from 2 horrific wounds, and you still have a second attack, Endrick.
I do have a second attack. Okay. Does a 17 hit?
It does.
Okay.
You
here
cannot
we go.
divine smite.
I
twice.
cannot divine smite again. You're right. But I've got the Lightbringer extra d6. So that is 13 plus 5, 18 damage.
18 damage. Cool. So I said sword last time, but you crack it with a mace, and it lets out that same screech. Cool. So this thing not looking great, and we're up to Raymond Truthfinder, who is probably knocking another arrow.
Yeah, I'm like pulling my bow back as I'm kind of like also nodding in approval as I've seen like this like mace fly out of Endrick as he's engulfed and smash this thing. But yeah, I'm going to take advantage of having an ally within 5 feet of this big bastard and pop off a shot.
So you're an inquisitive ability. Like, you have to do that each turn if you want that extra bonus.
Yeah, I believe so. Anyway, it's not. Yes, this is a bonus action. You can blah 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 blah. So I would assume it's just. Oh no. For 1 minute or until you use this feature against a different target.
Oh, there
so I
you
actually
go.
have it for 10 rounds.
I don't think this thing will last 10 rounds at that point.
Good. And I rolled a 19.
Hits.
Okay.
Here we go again.
Yeah.
So that's
Everybody go take a break while Chris rolls.
No, right. I can do it
13d6.
I can do it efficiently. It's 6 longbow, like regular longbow damage.
I will say that you can not do the lightning damage. Like, you can, you know, you're in control of this powerful magical item. You can force it not to do lightning.
Oh, I can?
Yeah.
Okay. If I, seeing as like my keen eye noticed that it
Exactly,
was,
yeah.
it was good, then sure, I can roll with that. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sounds so good. 10, 15, 17 on the first 5. 22 on the next 5. So we are 39. 11 on the final 3.
Okay.
So it should 50 from the sneak attack plus whatever.
Cool. So you
56.
You loose your second arrow. You're kind of trying to like finding the spot around where Endrick is being swallowed up to try to loosen this form, and it sinks in. He lets out another, or this thing lets out another cry, but it's holding on to Endrick fast. So
Okay.
Anything else on your turn?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just use my bonus action to, I'll take advantage of the fact that I have been blessed by the Raven Queen and teleport myself up to 30 feet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Set myself over here. And that also gives me resistance to all damage until the start of my next turn.
Oh, cool. Jonathan, your go. Mr. Legendary.
Well, I spent most of the round thinking about how I was going to disintegrate this blob of flesh, and then I realized we actually need his head, so I'm having to really quickly think of something else. I'm just going to firebolt him.
Cool.
And that is a 15 to hit.
That's going to hit.
Okay. And that is 27 fire damage.
God damn. So as the firebolt splashes over this thing, you can see that like the flames kind of just flicker and die. It definitely reacts. Like you can see that it gets hit, but it doesn't appear to be fully effective.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
I will say that
hang out
as a free action this round, you can pick up the arm if you'd like.
Okay, yeah, I'll just sort of scoop down, pick up the arm, and then fly back up.
Cool. How? So I think the room is 20 feet high. Are you going all the way to the ceiling?
That's my fly speed.
I think it's your walking speed, which is 25 feet.
Yeah. Oh, okay. In that case, I'm just going to go back up as high as I can get.
Cool. So you're kind of just flirting with the roof right now, or the ceiling. So now on this thing's turn, you can see it starts squelching over to Raymond. Endrick comes with him, and he's going to take 6 attacks. 6 attacks against Raymond Truthfinder. So you have an AC of 12. He has a +7 to hit. If he rolls a 5 or above, he will hit. But you have resistance on bludgeoning damage. So
resistance to all damage right now.
Cool. So I'm just gonna roll 6 dice, and I'll tell you how many hit. 23 hits. 12 hits. 20 hits. Not
That's the lowest one I'm gonna get.
18 hits. 21 hits. 25 hits. So that was all 6.
Okay.
So I will roll all the damage, and I'll tell you which one is the highest, so that you'll be able to take your.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna be using my uncanny dodge, for sure, and then I don't think there's anything else I'm gonna use to negate damage this time.
Okay. I'm just rolling all this damage at once, and then I'll tell you what the highest number is, and Ooh, that's probably the highest number.
It doesn't sound good.
No, this is certainly a lot of damage, even for somebody with resistance. Okay. Let me just see. I need to pull up the log. Do I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So that was 8. So the highest damage was 19. So I imagine that you're going to half that, and then you'll.
Are you taking into account my resistance?
No. So raw, the total damage was 19. So when you half it, it'll go down to 9, and then it'll half again to 4. So that's 4 damage, 8 damage. Okay. 4 damage. I'm just going to give you the full number here. So that's 4, 8, 12, 17, 23, 27, 32 damage. That's even with resistance.
Yeah, well, it could have been a lot worse.
It could have been so
Yeah.
much worse.
I was gonna say if you give me 3 digits, I'm gonna be really, really upset. But yeah, I can
104
handle 30, 30 something.
And then you are grappled by it. You are not engulfed because it can only engulf one creature at a time. But you are grappled, which means that your
Is there-
speed becomes 0, and not much else.
There's no like ability check or anything to
No,
avoid the grapple.
if it hits with 2 or more attacks, you are grappled. You have an escape. You can escape on your turn, but other than that, no.
That's bullshit.
But I couldn't escape because I'm engulfed, right?
It does not provide a way to escape the engulf. So I
Okay.
think that you are engulfed until you kill this thing. I do also want to say that you need to make me. This is for Endrick. He needs to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Or you take 68 plus 12 damage.
That's a
Dang.
15.
You succeed. And you don't even take half damage. So you can feel this thing as it's trying to like pull you deeper and crush your bones into it. But you're able to just kind of like, get one arm in there and brace out so that you're not just crunched into this thing. Endrick, it is now your turn.
Great. I'm gonna make some more attacks against this guy with disadvantage. Wow. I would have loved these rolls later. I just rolled a 19 and a 20 at the same time.
That's like
Okay.
the worst case of.
All right, so it's a 30 to hit. Does that hit?
Yes, yeah, that hits.
Okay, I'm gonna Divine Smite again, just at the first level.
Cool.
So I'm rolling up my damage. Okay. $31 damage.
Okay. That was your first hit.
Yes. Second attack
This thing is looking really messed up.
is a 20 to hit,
Hits.
and I can't Divine Smite again, so let me pull those guys out of here. Roll damage, which is 16 damage.
Okay. This thing is like, it's hard to tell how much you're messing this thing up because it kind of just looks like a bloody mess either way, but you can tell that the bloody mess is like getting less shapely. It can't hold itself together. Flecks of blood and gore are just kind of like splattering on the wall as you're just wailing into this thing with your mace. It's looking really bad as we go up to Raymond Truthfinder, who is grappled and can't move outside of 5 feet unless you find a way to escape the grapple.
Escaping the grapple, I assume, is a strength check.
It's it can be athletics or acrobatics. The DC is 14, but it takes an action.
All right, and then what are my constraints while I just can't move more than 5 feet, or
You can't move at all.
okay. So I can't attack.
You can attack. If you attack with your longbow, it'll be at disadvantage though because he's within melee range.
Right.
I think I've seen that video before.
Where did you see that, Mike?
use this quiet moment to tell us more. I guess I'm gonna try and dragon wing this guy then, because I don't have any other options.
Okay, so that's with disadvantage then.
Yeah, I'm just like very like close range, pulling my bow like right in front of his face. Oh, dang it. I don't think that's going to be enough with a total of 15.
A 15 does hit.
I guess this guy isn't wearing any armor. He's just a sack of shit.
You don't get sneak attack, though. That's one of the caveats of sneak attack. If you have disadvantage on the roll, you don't qualify for it, unfortunately.
Oh, I think you're correct. I think that even applies with my even with my thing in insightful fighting, but not if you have disadvantage on it.
Yep.
Okay. Then I will just shoot it and hit it for. I have control over the lightning, so I won't do that. So it's really just taking 1d8. That's boring. So it's gonna take 6 bow damage. As I release my bow, I see the creature wince as it expects another 60 damage just to hit it in the face, and then I just see my arrow just kind of glance off and tear a piece of flabby guts off of its face.
I like to imagine that the arrow missed entirely, and what hit him was the bowstring. It's 6 damage.
I just carved a piece off him like a piece of cheese with a cheese string. Whatever works. Yeah.
Jonathan, your go.
Do I, using my Arcana knowledge, do I have any idea if this is truly a creature or is it held together by some kind of magic?
You would imagine that. Actually, make me an Arcana check.
I will. 31.
Okay. You kind of lick your finger, hold it up, and been like, oh yeah, I know exactly what's going on here. So what you have determined is what you've determined from everything in this castle is that something that's real has been twisted by dark magic so much that it has completely changed its nature. Unfortunately, you don't see any way of changing it back beyond divine intervention or extremely powerful magic.
So I would know from that 31 roll that dispel magic would be a waste of time. Okay, good to know. Then I will cast my Big B's hand.
Okay.
Your big boy's hand.
Your big boy's
my big
hand.
boy hand.
And then what are you gonna do with your big boy hand?
I'm gonna. So my options are forceful hand, grasping hand, clenched fist, or interposing hand. I wonder if that can break a grapple. Interposing hands, the hand just gets in between.
It's hard to get in between. I would say that you would have to grasping hand Endrick, and then use the Big B's hand movement to pull him out. There's no getting in between something that is inside of another creature.
What about getting in between me and the?
I was thinking about Raymond.
Oh yes, I'd say an interposing hand could probably do it.
Okay. Well, I think I'm just going to punch it. Yeah.
I appreciate that choice. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
I rolled my damage first for some reason. What was the... I'll make a melee spell attack. I think it uses my modifier, right?
Yeah.
12.
12 is gonna miss. So you see this glowing hand kind of form into being, and just it kind of tries to smush it down, but you get a really flabby skin point that just kind of compresses and then springs back.
That is so upsetting. I'm gonna fly over to the staircase.
Okay. So at the beginning of the Shambling Mound's turn, or I guess this fleshy creature, it's a reskinned Shambling Mound for everybody watching. make me a Constitution saving throw, Endrick.
All right. That's an 11.
Okay, so you are going to take 6d8 plus 12 bludgeoning damage. So that is 14 plus 10 plus 13. So 17, 20, no, 37 total. As you begin to, your arms in there trying to get away, and then you can just feel it redoubles its efforts, and you begin to get crushed into its body. This thing is now going to take its attacks on Raymond Truthfinder, who is sitting there looking pretty bad. Let's see how it does. So that's a
Oh, I just realized that. And sorry, carry on.
13 to hit, 15 to hit,
No.
a 9. 13 to hit, 12 to hit.
So many that was so close.
I know.
Just a couple of digits.
And then no way another 13 to hit. If your AC was too high, you probably wouldn't have taken damage this turn. Okay, so I'm just going to do the same thing where I will actually, yeah, so
You'll half all of those numbers, and then you'll tell me the highest one, and then you'll half that, and then you'll add.
Do I half all the numbers? Because hasn't your Raven Queen's blessing, wasn't that only one turn?
Oh crap, you're right. Yeah, and that's why I was saying oh crap at the beginning of this turn, was I was realizing that I should have just teleported out of grapple last turn using my bonus action, but it just did not occur to me.
Okay, so the damage that you are going to take.
I'm just gonna have to take your word for it, I guess. Tell me.
The highest one is 17, so you're gonna half that down to 8, and then
is that the highest halved damage? Or is that yeah again? Oh no, sorry, yeah, all right, so, right. It's just the resistance.
Yeah. So
what type of damage is this?
This is bludgeoning.
Oh, okay.
So that's 8 damage, 10 damage. So that's 18, 29, 41. That is 54 damage.
Ah, good. My biggest fear was that it would kill me. That's fine. I
feel like that's a lot of people's biggest fear, is that something's going to kill them.
Raymond is clearly annoyed, but not overly upset.
Okay, then that is the end of the Shambling Mound's turn. It is now Endrick.
Heck yeah. All right. Endrick is going to swing again. Being literally unable to do anything else. I've checked. I've been going through my character sheet. Nothing. Everything requires verbal. So I'm just like shouting whatever like spells I could try and shout, but nothing is happening. Does a 13 hit?
13 misses.
Okay. Second attack. Okay, a 23 will hit.
Yep.
And I will Divine Smite, and it's going to have to be at second level because I don't have any first level spell slots anymore.
Okay,
so
go ahead.
We're upcasting. 40 damage.
40 damage. Perfect. So, Endrick, you're like, I think you can hold your breath for as long as like your Constitution modifier or something like that, but like number of minutes. So you're not really running out of breath, but you're starting to get panicked. You're like, I'm getting pulled farther into this thing. Based on what I can hear, like Raymond is getting really messed up. I don't know where Jonathan Legendary is. You hold your mace aloft and you channel your divine energy into it, and you bring it down, and then with an explosion of blood and gore, this thing goes and just splatters all over the room. You can see that there's some kind of like sentience to the small bits that are moving around, but the remaining radiant energy kind of like sizzles them, and they stop moving quite quickly, and you're just down on your hands and knees gasping for breath amongst this just mess of previously sentient gore. But you do see like this like twisted humanoid's head has landed in front of you.
I grab the head in my hand that's not still holding onto my mace. I look at the arrow sticking out of one of the eye sockets, and I hold it aloft.
Triumphant.
I'll clap for him.
Yeah, Jonathan's clapping with the dead.
Just comes walking down the stairs.
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
well done.
Yeah,
Just
the
like,
other half.
you're welcome, guys. I did one firebolt, a half a firebolt's worth of damage. That initiative. Okay, so you guys are out of initiative. In order to speed things along, you've pretty much already figured out the puzzle of the cruel gate. There was you have already offered it the eye, and as you guys walk back upstairs, you can see that now that you have all three keys, the black tentacles that are like slithering in pools of blood kind of part for you, and you guys are able to walk up to the door. Are you guys offering it all three keys immediately? I will say that you guys have time for a short rest if you want to.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know, yeah, I knew the long rest that this situation would be taking the piss a bit, but I'd be happy to just use all of my dice on my my hit die on my long rest to...
yeah, you guys get like 20 hit die to blow right now, so...
I mean, yeah, short rest, sorry, yeah, so... Yeah,
so, you guys roll your hit die. We're going to take a quick break as you guys are rolling, and then we'll get back for the final showdown with Vecna. And we'll see you guys then. Okay, we're back. Thank you for smiling all that time. Okay, we're back. Thank you for smiling all that time. Okay.
So on my short rest, I used my arcane recovery.
Right, to get back some spell slots.
Yes.
Okay. Everybody else just rolled hit dice, I'm assuming? Everybody back up to full HP?
Yep.
Just about.
20 hit dice couldn't get you up.
I took considerable damage, but 20d8 did certainly help improve, but not quite.
Okay, so I was talking to these guys about it during the break, but seeing as we have 3 adventurers here instead of party of 4 or 5, Vecna has been nerfed just a little bit. I'm not going to use the lair actions that were included in the adventure on D&D Beyond, but if you have 4 or more players, definitely use them because they are very dastardly, and Vecna deserves to have crazy shit like that. But without further ado, you guys hold out your hands to this black gate, and as you present it with the head and then the arm, they disappear from your hands and appear in the engravings that you guys had seen last week. You can then hear some like gears whirling behind the gate, and the bars swing open silently, and you are just presented with this churning black and purple portal.
Before any of us go any farther, I would like to turn to my party members and take out a small strip of white cloth and sort of hold it, and as I do, I say to them, I know not what we face here, but I will aid you in this struggle. And I'm using the spell aid, and so you guys both get 5 maximum and current hit points for the next 8 hours.
Nice.
That's
and
good.
it's actually really interesting that you did that, because as the gate opened, it's pretty subtle, so Endrick wouldn't have caught it, but Legendary definitely would have. Dispel magic like washed over you guys, so it would have dispelled any effects that you currently had going, but seeing as Endrick waited until after the gate opened, that effect was not dispelled.
Okay, and
I think I was
just
still
like
flying, so
Oh,
I'd like to
right, so
imagine that
yeah, you
fell and landed on my palm.
I'd actually like to say that I'm casting that at a 3rd level, so you guys get 10 health rather than 5.
okay.
Take that.
So with that, and the small boost, not only like do you feel healthier, but you feel a bit inspired from Endrick's speech. You know, Endrick has always been such a source of like strength and devotion to your party, and you're like, yeah, it's good that we got Endrick here. And I'm guessing that Endrick takes that first step into the portal.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a trap. It's a trap portal,
Yeah.
and he takes 15 necrotic damage.
Yeah, you are drained of life and immediately murdered.
If you don't get that reference, check out the last episode.
Yeah, where Endrick springs like 4.5 traps in one session.
Is one string half a trap? That is my question. You'll have to watch last episode to find
We'll
out.
round up to
That's
5.
right.
So you guys step forward, and you feel this like sickening energy as you step into the portal, and the portal opens into a desecrated temple. Ash blankets the floor, and broken pews lie strewn about. Along the cracked stone wall of the temple, you see the tormented dead as they cry out to you. Literal bodies melded into the stone that have like empty eye sockets and mouths agape that are just kind of like silently wailing at you. On the far side of the temple, standing at the top of a set of stairs, is a corpse decorated in tattered purple robes and an ornate gold breastplate. Inside his chest, through his rib cage, you can see a gold and red book just kind of placed up into his chest area. He is missing his left eye and his left hand, and you would know, you just have this innate feeling that this is Vecna, the Whispered One, the Undying King, the most powerful Archlich that has ever terrorized the multiverse. And as you look at him, you know, the sense of dread just washes over you, and he turns to you, and with a cruel glance and a smirk, he says in a raspy voice that nonetheless carries across the room, "I would congratulate you on your perseverance, but you won't be alive long enough to appreciate it." And then you can just see like dark energy start to crackle at his fingertips, and I'm going to need everybody to roll me initiative.
Let's go. All right. That's a nat 20 on initiative.
Oh baby, I love that for Endrick. I feel like
Yes.
Endrick's got the strength here. Jonathan
A 13.
and Raymond.
11.
Okay. Okay. That is Endrick. You can see, like, you know, you've faced enough villains that just monologue. So halfway through his monologue, you're already streaking across the floor, and I'm just going to set up the map on Roll20 right now. Ba-doom. So you guys have a little bit of a hike to get across to Vecna here.
That is true.
Definitely a high. Doesn't scale well on the screen. There we go.
Yeah, I
That's
hate how
as good
you
as
can
you're
like,
gonna
center
get.
things on Roll20. If anybody from Roll20 is watching, let us center.
Or like a 90-degree rotation would be pretty good for like tool maps like this.
Interesting. I wonder if I can do that just in the settings. Either way, Charles, what is your move?
Yeah, okay. So I think cast banishment. No.
If you don't get that joke last week.
Yeah, inside jokes are good, right? So I think first of all, I am going to use a free action to activate my winged boots and rise like 2 feet into the air as I start walking, like I guess not like walking purposelessly, but like, like marching towards Vecna. I'm not running. I'm not, overly being too aggressive, but I'm just like moving towards him. Like I am a melee, like, so I'm going to take my 30 feet of movement, or my 25 feet, sorry. 1, 2. Okay. As I move towards him, I'm going to use Channel Divinity Sacred Weapon.
Ooh, okay.
So as I walk, my mace, which I have like over my shoulder, like I take it down and I start to like swing it a couple of times, and it starts to glow brighter and brighter as I swing it, and so it's now emitting bright light in 20 feet radius, and dim light 20 feet beyond that.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hold my action.
Okay, very interesting. So wait, you have 40 feet radius.
Dim light for 20 feet.
Does that light count as sunlight? Just wondering.
No.
Okay.
It's magic. No, sorry. No.
Okay, so then I'm actually not going to put an aura
radius there.
That is unnecessary. So then that is the end of Endrick, Lightbringer's turn, and then Jonathan. What is your go?
I too am going to stride forwards in the moment and use my walk up kind of confidently. Then I'm going to sort of pause, and you're going to see my tiny form start to grow as I cast Shape Change and turn into an ancient brass dragon.
So it's funny because we've been having this like coy battle back and forth where you're like, oh, I've got this big thing coming up, and I'm like, I don't think you're going to be able to pull that off. And the reason for this is, and this is a gamble, so I feel like the entire encounter depends on this exact moment. You see Vecna utters a word in abyssal, and he motions through the air with his hand that's crackling with dark electricity, and he's going to attempt to interrupt your spell as a reaction. This is not counterspell. This is a reaction called Dread Counterspell, so it can't be counterspelled. I know that our party loves to do
Counterspell your counterspell.
Yeah, counterspelling wars. Unfortunately, it's not possible here. So he's going to make a intelligence check, DC 10 plus the level spell, so it has to be a 19 to pass. I'll tell you right up front that he has a +6 to intelligence. So 13 or higher, shape change doesn't work, and then 12 or lower, it does.
Can't roll for shit, Vecna.
Nat 20.
Oh.
You see as you're kind of like starting to morph in, Vecna's just like and like cuts through your magic. And honestly, you've never felt anything like it. You've never felt you've been able to weave magic to your will for pretty much your entire life, and you just lose grasp of the threads. And your spell is countered, and you take.
A what? I take damage as well from
8
that?
psychic damage as the sheer power of this ability racks your mind. Anything else on your turn, Jonathan?
No, I'm not going to try and do anything now.
Raymond, it's your go.
Alrighty, let's do this. Raymond thoughtfully decides to use his bonus action to do the Blessing of the Raven Queen teleport, so that I can make benefit of the resistance until my next turn, and I will like 2, 4, 5, 6. I'm just gonna like head over here to the side a bit. Yeah, I reappear. I've got resistance now, and I will. Yeah, and I draw out Dragon Wing, and I pull up a shaft, and I'm gonna try and hit him.
Cool.
Oh, okay, so I just crit my pants in a good way, and
holy shit! So you're gonna roll like
What's-
26.
does
Wait
crit
a
apply
s-
to sneak?
Yes, it does. You double your dice.
Wait, so sorry. What was the steps that you took? So you teleported, but
Yeah,
you weren't
yeah.
able to use your insightful thing.
No, so there's no. It's not. It's 10d6 for the sneak attack damage.
So
it'd be a total.
Are you
of,
able to get sneak attack right now? Is my main question. I feel so bad asking.
Oh no, you're actually right. You're right. There is. I've got so used to sneak attack applying on everything else, but no, I used my bonus action to teleport, which means I didn't have the whatever it's called, insightful fighting in play. So this is just a straight 2d8 piercing damage and 2d6 lightning damage, I guess.
Cool.
You don't get sneak attack against him because he hasn't gone in the.
No, that's
I don't.
assassin.
I don't.
Damn.
I don't-
Okay, yeah. Right.
Okay.
I just used D&D Beyond to roll 26 d6, and it did
Just to see.
98 damage. So I just want to
Hey
make
man,
sure that you feel better.
it's not that's not ruled out for this encounter.
Right.
I just have to crit again. I have a 1 in 20 chance
5%.
each time I attack. All right, so we got a total of that's depressing. 7 piercing damage from the, and then a total of 6 lightning damage. That's sad. That could have been so good. Oh well.
I feel bad about it, but again,
No, it's the way
You look
it's the
really
way it's
upset.
supposed to be. But yeah, I have resistance until the start of my next turn, and that's it.
Okay. So you see Vecna just like a smirk curl up from his mouth. Like he sees Jonathan's face is just like in shock. And he kind of like steps forward, but like almost glides forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as he's walking up to you, he just vanishes.
Can I use my held action?
What would you like to do?
I'd like to cast Protection from Evil and Good on one of my 2 allies.
You know what? I will allow for that as Vecna disappears.
Okay, cool.
So on one of your 2 allies or both?
Oh, this might not work because it says the creature you touch.
Oh,
I used all my movement.
Darn.
Okay.
Would you like? I would allow you to do your reaction at some other point in this turn once you think of what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm going to use it to cast Bless on all 3 of us.
Okay, cool. So everybody rolls attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws with a 1d4.
Not ability checks, just attack rolls and saving throws.
That's probably totally fine. So Vecna reappears in front of you, and then he isn't able to make his melee attacks, but he is going to conjure a torrent of flying spectral entities, and he's going to be able to hit both legendary and actually he'll be able to hit all 3 of you guys here.
Can I cast Counterspell on him?
So this is one thing that might happen a lot going forward, is that characters are now given a lot of spell-like abilities that aren't necessarily spells. So I will let you know when he is casting a spell. Otherwise, it is a spell-like ability, unfortunately. So everybody make me a Constitution saving throw.
You've all got a +4 to this. Sorry, if you're in 30 feet of me. Yep.
Is it a +4 or a D4?
+4.
And a D4
okay.
because of
and a D4 because of Bless. Yeah, so a +4 and a D4.
Okay.
Okay. I also need to know what type of condition can be inflicted by this saving throw in order to know whether I can roll with advantage or not.
Frightened.
I'm immune to frightened.
Oh, there
I'm
you
just
go.
straight. I don't even need to roll.
Actually, you do need to roll because it's a half damage effect as well.
Okay, sounds good.
Alright, so I got with the +4 and the D4, I got 17 total.
And Jonathan?
31.
31.
Suck it back.
Dang.
And Endrick?
That's a 14.
Okay.
Sorry. I have advantage on this. I just didn't look well. It was a 1, so yeah, 14. Okay. Wow.
So Endrick and Raymond are going to take 29 necrotic damage. Raymond, you're going to be frightened of Vecna for 1 minute. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns, and the
I have
success.
I have resistance to necrotic damage, so
Okay.
I'm gonna.
So then take that down to whatever half
14?
of 29 is, and then Jonathan, you're gonna take half of 29 damage because you succeeded on your save.
Okay.
And that's his go. So he just kind of teleports forward, blasts you guys with necrotic energy, and then he's gonna chill. So that is back up to Endrick.
Sorry, I'm also going to make a concentration check on.
Right. Please make a concentration check on bless.
Now is that a DC of?
So it's half of
10
29.
or half the, so 14. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and is that a con save?
Yeah.
So it's that's a 19.
Cool. So yeah, you hold up bless.
Excellent. And my turn. So I am going to close on this guy.
Cool.
Actually, we're gonna stand here, and I am going to swing my weapon at him. We are going to do some big damage here, hopefully. Okay, does a 22 hit?
Yes, it does.
Excellent. Oh boy, here we go.
He is undead, if that matters.
Yes, I get an innate additional D8 when I use my divine smite, which I'm definitely going to do here. Will you allow me to bonus action before I start swinging, or for another smite in this?
This one time I will, because I'm a merciful
Bless
God.
you. You're a merciful God. Okay. It is going to be Searing Smite.
Okay.
God.
Actually, just for the fun of it, he's going to try to counterspell that. Is the spell 4th level or lower?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, wait.
Auto counterspells?
Oh my god, no. I messed up this time. If the spell is 4th level or lower, it fail. Oh, wait. He can see casting a spell. If the spell is 4th level or lower, it fails and has no effect.
Yeah.
No, I was right. So your thing is immediately countered, and you're going to take 16 psychic damage as you're trying to like concentrate on this spell. Oh, also, Searing Smite requires concentration, so that caused Bless to drop, unfortunately.
Oh,
well,
no.
Those concentration
it
spells always.
So he actually helped you out. I will say, seeing as it got countered, Bless is still up. You take 16 damage.
Yeah.
Nothing
Fair
happens
enough.
with Searing Smite.
Wow.
Okay. So Divine Smite is still coming in at a 3rd level.
Cool.
So that would be. Oh dear God, math. Basic damage from my hit is 17, and now I need to do smite damage, which is 3d8 because they're undead, and then because it's level 3, I've got another 2d8 on that. So I need to roll. Did you write down the number I said before?
Yeah, so
Because great, because I've already forgotten it. 10 and one more is 12. So 12 more damage of Divine Smite. That was some bad rolls on those. That
is some bad rolls.
Yeah. That was 5d8 for 12 damage.
Ouch. Okay.
Okay. That was my first attack. Sorry, guys. Second attack is going to be a 23 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, and here we go. Just this, because I can't Divine Smite again. 13 more damage.
Cool. So yeah, you kind of like start bashing into this. He has like a really frail looking frame, but you can tell that he is definitely beefed himself up with some magical wards. You feel like you're not even connecting with him yet. Okay. That is Endrick's turn. Jonathan.
I'm devastated that I couldn't turn into a dragon. I am going to gather threads of shadowy material and create a huge shadowy dragon. I'm casting Illusionary Dragon.
Okay.
Try and tell me why I can't do that.
Well, Vecna gets 2 reactions. Well, he typically gets 3. I've dropped him down to 2 for this encounter. He's going to try to dread counterspell it again.
Oh my god.
This will be his last one.
Last
he's
one for the round.
Oh, he gets
That's
2
also
per round.
for the
2 per
round.
round. It's
Oh man.
That's also
Normally,
8 to
it's
9
normally
spell
3
roll.
reactions. We are going to die.
that's in place of legendary actions. So
What about if Russ says that wasn't a spell, it was a spell-like ability?
I would call you out for being a liar, because those don't exist for player characters. So that's an 8th level spell, Jonathan?
Yes.
So he needs a 12 on the dice or higher. 18 on the dice. So 24 total.
No dragons in this session. Of
No
Dungeons and
dragons
Dragons.
in this Dungeons and Dragons
Yeah,
session.
we're
He
trying to...
slashes, like he kind of turns to you as you begin to chant and bring together this magic, slashes your spell again from out of your grasp, and you take 12 points of psychic damage.
Oh, I'm just going to yell at him. Oh, I bet you're fun at parties.
That is the end of Jonathan's turn. So Raymond Truthfinder.
Oh. Yeah, I am up. Vecna notice he's kind of within 5 feet of Emmerich. I'm just like, oh, you fucked up now. And I draw my bow, and as I'm drawing my bow, I will just. Oh, actually, I guess I don't need to, do I? Because that. Well, actually, no, I will for the extra 3 dicks. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I use my bonus action for insightful fighting, and then.
So it's a contested check, right? Intelligence.
Oh yeah. So for the insightful fighting to work, he makes a deception check against my insight. And I am the most proficient anyone could possibly be.
Yeah, he needs to roll like a 32 to get over your.
Or I need to just roll complete dog shit. Yeah.
He's got a 9, so I think that you have a base 17 to this check, so I think we're fine.
Yes, I went into 22.
22, perfect. Well, you have seen his weak spot. You can see the wards kind of glimmering over his body, and now you're able to time your shot to maybe inflict some more damage here. So go ahead and make your attack.
Okay, so the attack will be with 6 from my bow. So he's going to 19.
19 hits.
So he will take 7 piercing damage from my bow. 4 light. I guess this is all magical damage that comes from my bow.
Yeah.
Just to cover me on the Vecna.
Yeah, for anybody else watching,
so
all the PCs have magical weapons, so we're not taking that into account.
All right, so I'll just total it up rather than telling you what kind of damage we got. So that's 11 with my D8 and my first D6. Now we have 13 more D6 to do, which I can do in 5 because I was prepared for this. Oh, that's beautiful. 23, so that's 34 total. And then 16, so that takes up to 50 total, and then 3 more. 10, so 60, and that's around 60.
So is that 60? Does that include the 11 damage from the initial attack?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because I already have that written down. All right. So
it's 60 total damage.
You pinpoint the spot that you see these wards flickering. The arrow looses, kind of sticks into this weathered skin, and he looks down and snarls. Is that the end of your turn, Raymond?
Guys, we did it. We did damage to him. That's it, right? That was what we were trying to do, right?
Make a
I
god
have,
believe.
I have bonus action and action, so I believe I can pass it off to the next guy.
Okay. Which is Vecna. But that's kind of. I'm having a weird thing on Roll20. I actually can't see Vecna on my map right now.
Yeah, that's actually one of my
We killed him.
non-spell actions.
Oh yeah, you. One sec. I think I have
There.
this.
Okay, there you go. He
Oh.
was trapped under my token, I
Gotcha.
think.
You guys were hugging.
They were right next to each other.
Okay. So you see, like, as this arrow sticks in, with a snarl, he looks over at you and you, Raymond, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teleports with a bonus action.
Do I get an opportunity attack?
I do believe that seeing as he's teleporting, you do not get an opportunity attack.
Do I get one when he arrives next to me?
Endrick, look it up to see if teleporting creatures proc an opportunity attack, and we're going to continue on with the turn. Yeah. You might be able to attack.
I don't think they do.
So, as he teleports in, you see this like wave of necrotic energy shoot out, and Raymond, you're going to take, with no attack roll, nothing, 3d6 psychic damage, and I rolled 6s on all 3 dice, so that's 18 psychic damage. And as you take that damage, you can see the necrotic damage that like splashes out. It kind of like hits you, and you feel this like sickening draining of energy happening, and you can see that he has channeled your life force back into him.
Can I use my uncanny dodge in this situation?
You certainly could, yeah.
Yeah, to at least, because then that will half the damage he takes from me, and also half the amount he'll heal from that attack.
Right. You don't really know how much P heals or what.
I'm just going to trust you to make sure that it's the right amount.
Yeah. There is one thing that I wanted to point out, but you were rolling your damage. But after you used the insightful fighting and you got that insane insight check on him, I'll let you in on a secret about his dread counterspell. So the one thing that you can determine that might allow Jonathan to start casting some more spells is he has to be able to see the creature that's casting the spell. So Raymond, you know that. Nobody else knows that. I will leave that with you. So that was Vecna's bonus action to do his teleport thingy. He's going to look over at... yeah, he's going to point his finger back towards Jonathan and Endrick, and a streak of lightning is going to shoot out, and he's going to cast lightning bolt, and it's going to hit both of you guys in his line. So make me a dexterity saving throw.
So if I have advantage against spells, would that count?
Yep, yeah, definitely. This is a spell.
Nice. Good to know.
You could even counterspell it if you wanted to.
Nah.
Nah. Okay, so then that was...
Remember that you got a +4 and a D4 from me.
Well, I got a 5.
Okay, and what did you get, Endrick?
I got a 23.
Okay, so Endrick, you're going to pass. Holy shit, that was an insane damage roll. So that's 8d6, and it was 45 damage from 8d6. Like, it was pretty much all 6s and 5s. So Endrick, you're going to take half damage, 22, and Jonathan, you're going to take 45 lightning damage. And that is part of his action. The other part of his action, you can see this like black knife that's just like dripping with necrotic energy forms in his hand, and he's going to take 2 swipes at you, Raymond. So that is going to be a a 23 to hit and a 28 to hit. So then you will take from the first attack, that is 8 piercing.
Yeah, make sure you list how much is necrotic, because I'm permanently resistant to necrotic damage.
Okay, cool.
If that apply, I know you said that
It,
had, like
necrotic damage is definitely going to come into this.
Yeah.
So that is 8 piercing, 3 plus 8 necrotic, so rounded down to 4.
Okay.
And then make me a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, okay. I have something for saving throws. I just want to make Okay. Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
Do I get the Charles buffs, the 4 and the 4?
Charles, how big is your radius of
30
hope?
feet.
Okay, so then yes, you do get
Ooh.
get Charles both buffs. But
You're
Charles,
my
or sorry,
ally.
Endrick, if you could roll me a concentration check on your bless. I believe it was a DC 11, so I think you'll be fine.
It's definitely going to pass. I got like an 18 on the dice, plus the 4, plus a D4.
Okay,
plus
cool.
my
So
stuff.
you were going to take that 4 necrotic damage at the start of each of your turns and weren't going to be able to regain hit points, but you're able to shake off the dread necrotic energy that channels through this knife.
Good.
I got a 23, so I keep my bless up.
Bless is up. That is his action and his bonus action. Next up is Endrick.
Okay.
Time to break out the big guns, guys.
I think Jonathan already tried to do that.
Endrick is going to, as he turns back to strike Raymond, I use my action on this turn to summon Celestial.
Okay.
So I call forth a Celestial Spirit. And I am going to choose...
Before your choice, let's see if it even matters, because you know that Vecna is... Actually, you know what? I am going to say...
Attacking? Yeah.
I'm going to say that just because that effect is so annoying, that if he's attacked that turn with his knife, he is facing the creature he's attacked, and he has like a fairly wide radius of view. Like we'll call it like essentially 90 degrees on either side. But seeing as both of you guys are behind him, I'm going to allow you to cast spells this turn.
I mean, yeah,
Wow.
I can even I can take some movement and move over here and then cast if we want to.
You don't even need to do that. We'll say that he is.
Yeah. Okay.
He's not able to see you right now.
Summon Celestial is coming down. Okay, so this thing is going to have 50 hit points.
Okay.
It's an AC of am I doing Defender or am I doing no, I'm gonna do Avenger.
What's its AC?
Its AC is 16 then.
And then speed and when does it go in initiative?
I believe it goes with me on initiative.
So actually, don't worry about telling me the speed. That's totally fine. We don't need that. Okay, cool. So you have summoned in a Celestial to aid in your...
A Celestial Avenger.
And where have you summoned it? Just drop me a pin.
Takes its turn immediately after mine. Shares my initiative count. Just double checking on that. I'm gonna summon it like beside me, like somewhere, like
cool.
Yeah. Oops, let's go on this one. If I can.
Okay. anything else on your turn, Endrick?
Yeah, I am going to use my movement to move around here, but 25. I'm just going to move up behind Vecna.
Cool. So now you're Radiant Avenger, or
Yeah,
whatever it's
so my Celestial Avenger is going to fly up into the air. He's got a fly speed of 40 feet, and probably move back maybe over this way, about 10 feet, 15 feet back in this direction, and then it's going to materialize this like star-studded bow, like a constellation is like being used as a drawstring on this bow as he reaches back, and he looses I think 2 attacks on his turn. Number of attacks equal to half the spell's level rounded down. So yeah, fifth level, so two attacks.
Roll those up, baby.
Oh my goodness.
I do believe that bless drops now for everybody.
Yes, bless drops. That is because this is a concentration. Where's my plus 2 attack? Is it just a plus 2? Oh no, it's my spell attack modifier to hit. Oh, it's a plus 10. Okay, great. Okay, does a 17 hit?
17 misses.
Okay, second attack. A 25 better hit.
Yeah,
so
that'll
that
do
is 2d6 plus 7 for 17 radiant damage.
Okay, so beam of light shoots out from this bow, streaks towards Vecna, kind of like cuts through this ward. You see he like flinches back, and then he is going to. You see he turns around and just kind of like utters another fell word and swoops his hand, and actually, yes, he is going to deal 3d6 necrotic damage to the Celestial Guardian, which actually only ended up being 6 damage. But he also teleports up to 30 feet. 6. So I'm just going to teleport up to there. And that's the end of your turn.
So you said six damage?
Yeah, 6 damage. I'm also tracking it on my end.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, cool.
Jonathan, your go.
All right. Well, as he has moved, if I run and hide behind Endrick, is that enough? Is that enough to fool him? From.
I will say, go ahead and make me a stealth check.
Oh.
I was gonna say I'm a halfling, but you're even smaller than me, so it's
and hiding is usually a full
natural 20.
Natural 20. See that's the kind of shit what we're looking for. That's why we say just roll it. So we'll say that you kind of like scutter away from Vecna and like kind of slide under the pew and stand up behind, kind of like crouch behind the pew, and then Endrick, and you see that he's like not even paying attention to you right now. So we'll say that Dread Counterspell will not work this turn.
If only I could still turn into a dragon. I'm going to cast 6th level Disintegrate.
Okay. So he has to make a Dex saving throw.
A Dex save, yeah.
Shout out to the 2 crew plus 3. That's 5.
Oh, hey, let's roll some dice. Oh, I see 6s. That's 82. Damage.
So this. describe how it happens.
Oh no, you can tell me what happens to Vecna. I do not know, but there is more to this.
Okay.
So
Well, yeah. So a sickening beam of energy streaks out from your finger. It blasts into the back of him. You can see like the wards that are surrounding Vecna kind of like flutter and start to fade almost. He takes, like, he is very, very hurt from this. What kind of damage was it?
I think disintegrate is force damage.
Okay, very good. Yeah,
so
he just staggers
I'm
forward.
gonna go ahead and use my fighter ability to action surge,
Okay.
and I am going to cast disintegrate at 7th level.
Okay, do it up. That is awesome. So his dex save 5, which ends up being an 8.
Okay, cool. That does not beat 19.
So he is not good at dex saves.
Let's just check. That's 13d6 plus 40.
Okay.
Disintegrate this bastard.
Oh, 86.
Let's go.
Wowzers.
168 damage in 1 turn.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Is Vecna at least bloodied at this point?
Vecna is definitely bloody. Yeah, so 2 beams of energy just blast into him. He stumbles forward, and you can just see like the absolute hatred in his eyes as he glares around at you, Jonathan.
He sees hatred in my eyes too for not letting me be a dragon.
Cool. So then that is Raymond. Your turn.
Cool. Yeah, I guess I don't. There's no hope of sneaking an attack on him in this round, which is really my.
Do you have insightful fighting still though?
My party trick.
Yeah, can't you just insightful fighting him?
Oh
yeah.
Oh, it's still active. Yeah,
yeah,
of course it is.
It's just still on.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I wanted to use my teleport again so I could get my resistance for the next turn. So it's resistance to all damage. Also, just moves me away from any potential area attacks. And yeah, okay, cool. So I guess we're doing this again. Well, I guess I got hit first. Dang, that's 14. I don't know that doesn't hit.
He's gonna miss.
Yeah. I'm gonna use up my fortune to bump that up to a 20.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Expanse role-playing game.
No, there is no mechanic for that, so I will. That's it.
Okay. So on Vecna's turn, Big ol' V's turn, he's going to bonus action 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Appears in front of Jonathan Legendary and Endrick Lightbringer. Both of you guys are going to take 3d6 damage with no chance to save or attack roll. So that's 17 damage to psychic damage to both of you, and you can see the life force that he has siphoned out of you channel into him, healing any, like, you can see like part of his back was like disintegrated as part of Jonathan's spell got through his wards, and you can just see the skin knitting itself back together. Okay, so then on his turn, he is going to cast Dominate Monster on Raymond Truthfinder.
Is this technically like is this a like would this be classed as a charmed effect?
It is a charmed effect.
Cool. So I have advantage on the saving throw due to my Fey ancestry.
Okay. You need a 22 to save. It is a wisdom saving throw.
Perfect. So because I also have yeah, I can't roll lower than 10 for this. I don't think so. I should have a shot because my wisdom save is pretty high. Yes, plus 10. So I'm a base of 20 for this.
Wow. So wow, that is a. You still need a 12 to pass.
It's a 25.
Okay. So he reaches out his hand, and you can feel like your eyes kind of like roll back in your head as Vecna tries to invade your brain, but you're able to steel yourself with the dark energy of the Raven Queen, and you kind of like blast him back out, and you can see he kind of like reels back and just.
I send him like happy memories of my childhood just to fuck with him.
Yeah, you see it makes him sick. And then he's going to make 2 attacks with Afterthought on Jonathan Legendary. So the first attack is a 21 to hit, and the second attack.
I'd like to reaction shield.
Okay, and what's your AC?
My AC is 17, so it will be with plus 5, 22.
Okay, he is going to try to. Well, this is a fun game. What level are you casting shield at?
Fifth level.
Okay, he is going to make a. He's going to try to dread counterspell your shield, and that will be so. He needs to roll a 9 or higher, and he got an 11 plus 7 or plus 6 is 17. So not only do you take 3d6 damage from his dread counterspell, so that's 12 psychic damage. He will hit with a 24, and then will hit again with a 20. So then the piercing first attack does 6 damage plus 3 necrotic damage plus 8 necrotic damage. And make me a Constitution saving throw.
So what am I at for damage there?
You are at. So that was 6 piercing, 3 necrotic, 8 necrotic. So that was 14, 17 damage there. And then your con save was.
Con save was 19.
Okay, so you have failed. At the beginning of your turn, you are going to take 8 necrotic damage, and you cannot regain hit points. You can attempt the. You can attempt the save again. Oh, I don't think you can attempt the save again. 1 second. Start of each. Okay, at the start of each of your. We'll say at the end of each of your turns, you can make a Constitution saving throw to remove that effect. The second attack did hit, so we're going to roll damage for that second attack. So you have 8 piercing damage, 12 necrotic damage, and then 10 necrotic damage. So that is 20, 30 damage, and I'm going to need you to make me another Constitution saving throw to see if you're going to take 18 damage at the beginning of your turn.
28.
Okay, cool. So you'll only take 8 damage at the beginning of your turn, not 28. That is the end of Vecna's turn, everybody. So we're back up to Ender.
Is that it? Easy peasy. Is that taking necrotic damage a spell?
It's a spell-like ability.
What taking necrotic damage, like the
taking necrotic damage at the beginning of all of his turns.
I would say that is a dispel magic. Like it's kind of like curse-like. So if you wanted to dispel magic him, you could. but it's not counterspellable because it's not a spell.
No, not counterspell. Well, I've got Cleansing Touch, which says you can use your action to end one spell on yourself or on one willing creature that you touch.
You know what? I'll give you that with cleansing touch.
But it's only a spell on spells. So the question is, do I actually?
If you want to use your action to do that, I'll let you do that.
Shut up, Mike. Damn, that is my action, right?
We did get our first ever Twitch chat notification. Stephen Christie said, "Running this tonight for my friends. I hope your friends don't hate you as much as my friends will after you fight Vecna."
Just let your friends become a dragon.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Okay, so I consider trying to save my friend.
You see, he like reaches out a hand, thinks about it, pulls the hand back.
Instead, with that hand that I was going to reach to heal him, I reach into a little pouch on my belt, and I pull out a pinch of sulfur, and I throw it into the air by Vecna, like not right at him, but just kind of just beside him. And then I strike the air where I threw the sulfur, and I'm casting Flame Strike.
Very interesting.
And which is not a concentration spell.
It's not a concentration spell, but he will try to dread counterspell this. What level of spell is that?
It's a 5th level.
Okay, so if he has to roll a 9 or higher, shout out to the 2 crew.
Let's go!
The one spell that gets through, Flame Strike. All right, go ahead and do your damage.
Okay, it's a dex save for him.
Okay. That is 15.
That fails.
Ooh.
Okay, and we're rolling 8d6 damage.
That's fireball damage.
Okay. 18 fire damage. And 15 radiant damage.
Okay. Vecna is once again bloodied.
Okay. And then I believe that's all I can do unless I have a bonus action that doesn't take up a... Yeah, okay. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Sanctuary on Jonathan Legendary.
Interesting. Okay.
Which is not
concentration.
A concentration, so I can do it. Unless I can't do 2 spells in a turn because it's not a cantrip.
Right.
I'm going to power check myself.
No, okay, yeah. Jonathan Legendary was able to do that because he action surged, where I think that you are unable to do that.
Yeah, okay. So that is the end of my turn.
And now it's Celestial Buddy's turn.
So, by the way, just for your notes, I misread. He had 40 total health, not 50, so he's at 34.
Cool.
He's going to take his 2 attacks, though. Here we go. Does a 17 hit?
A 17 does not hit.
Okay. And 28 hits.
Yep.
Okay. So his damage is... $15 damage.
Okay.
Radiant. That's the end of that guy's turn.
And now it is Jonathan Legendary.
Oh. Um.
I'm gonna say that the celestial flies towards Raymond.
Cool. How many?
There are 40 flying feet. Yeah.
Cool.
Do I notice if Vecna's eyes are drawn to it and he stops?
Unfortunately, Vecna is standing right in front of you after just having attacked you.
Okay. I'm gonna cast my big boy hand, and it is going to use imposing hand, and it's just gonna get in between me and Vecna and just be like, stay away.
Does that like shove him or anything, or does it literally just like appear in between you two guys?
The hand imposes itself between you and the creature you choose until you give the hand a different command. The hand moves to stay between you and the target, providing you with half cover against the target. The target can't move through the hand's space if its strength score is less than or equal to the hand.
Okay. So he doesn't dread counterspell this, and this is going to really piss you off because he's already used his 2 reactions for the round, so he wouldn't have been able to dread
That's
counterspell.
on me. That one's on me.
You didn't count the revolver shots there. Anything else on your turn, Jonathan?
Nah.
Okay, Raymond Truthfinder. From where you're standing, I'm gonna say, it's hard to determine. Oh wait, oops.
It's fine if you're saying that I don't have line of sight.
Yeah, so you'll have to move
anyway. Yeah. I'll like fly. I'll like go up to here. Convinced that will help me get a hit on him this time. All my shit is still active, so I'm gonna go for the attack. That is 18.
And 18 will just hit.
It was AC, lads. It was AC.
Yeah, as I said, I know there's been a 17 or 2 so far, so
Yep.
I was worried. All right, so I guess that hits, and we're just doing up the regular deal. So he's gonna take.
That would have been a really good time to roll your to crit your pants again.
It would have. All right, so 14 from the base, and then 16, so that's 30.
You enjoy listening.
18, so that's 48, and then an additional 12. So it was some very wholesome 60 once again. It seems to be my 13 d6 have actually been well overachieving. Actually, I guess it's 60 total with that's actually 14 d6 and a d8. So not super overachieving.
So 60 total. Okay. Another arrow sinks in, and he, this he kind of like almost buckles at the knee there, but rises to his full standing height, and he's
erect.
Yeah, he full erect height, and he is going to teleport. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're going to take 3d6 damage, and he's going to heal.
I'm going to use my reaction again to half whatever that 3 dicks are.
So then that is going to be
3.
11 damage.
Handle that.
Vecna is no longer bloodied.
God damn it.
And then
We just need to disintegrate him like 5 more times, and we'll be okay.
he does recharge that. But instead, Vecna, even though he teleports over to Raymond, is going to look over at Jonathan, and he's going to just like give you a cruel smirk. And he's going to conjure necrotic magic and engulf you. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Remember, you
Does
got a
my big boy
+4
hand
from me.
have anything to say about that?
Big boy hand has nothing to say about that, unfortunately.
Okay, that's disappointing. I got a 21 on my con save.
Is that plus?
+4 from me.
Okay,
Yeah.
because you would have
Oh.
you would
So
have
20. No.
failed and taken. I'm just going to go ahead and roll this damage. You would have failed and taken 109 necrotic damage, but instead you pass.
With the
I take
+4,
none?
so it's a 25.
You
yeah.
take taking 96 or half as much on a successful one. So you do still. Oh shit!
definitely dead.
I just didn't see you. You only have 43 hit points. So you take 54 damage.
Oh damn!
And are killed.
It's been a pleasure, gentlemen, as I get engulfed by a cloud.
Of necrotic energy. A humanoid killed by this magic rises as a zombie at the start of Vecna's next turn and acts immediately after Vecna in the initiative order. The zombie is under Vecna's control, so you will be able to play the zombie in this case, Jonathan.
So there's no death saves or anything. It's just like he's a zombie.
Yeah, like a human killed by this magic. That's kind of confusing. It's like
Player characters just go unconscious at 0, though, right?
Yeah,
Like
exactly. So you'll have to make death saving throws. That's actually confusing.
Is it dead straight away? Like, because there's some that. Because there's some that if you hit them to 0, they're dead straight away.
I'm gonna say that seeing as we're at 10:20 and getting close to time, that is a straight up Jonathan Legendary is dead. I'll look at the rules after, and if it.
But he will be a zombie next turn.
Yeah,
so
but he will be a zombie next turn. And then.
But controlled by Vecna.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
You'll be able to take your own attacks because you're a zombie.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
And then he's going to strike at Raymond twice with Afterthought. So that is going to be a.
If it's just an afterthought, does he get disadvantage? Like no planning.
Unfortunately not. He gets 28 and then almost a crit, but shout out to the 2 crew, so 15 to hit. Both hit, unfortunately. So the first.
Sounds like he can't miss.
Yeah,
well, you do have 12 AC. 6 piercing damage.
Yeah.
Then 9 necrotic.
So half to
4. And then 6 necrotic, half to 3. Make me a con saving throw as I roll the second damage for this attack. Or the damage for the second attack.
Is there still any Endrix buffs happening?
Yeah, you get Endric buffs.
Yeah, +4 to your saving throw.
Okay. So that's 12, 16, 19.
Okay.
Yes, 19.
You fail that first one. So you will take that 6 damage at the beginning of each of your turns until you can save. And then for the second attack, it was 6 piercing, 12 necrotic, and then 11 necrotic.
6.
So that's 6, 12, 17 damage total.
And
then another con save.
God. That's a spicy dagger that he's got there.
Oh, yeah.
I want it.
Maybe he'll bury it in your chest if you're lucky.
Damn. Okay, I see how it is.
Cool. So then that is back up to the top of the initiative.
Well, my con.
Oh yeah.
What am I still con saving? For
yeah,
something?
con save for me, please.
So that's going to be. Yes, it's probably going to fail again. That's a 16.
Yeah. So you will now take 8 damage at the beginning of each of your turns, and you cannot be healed until you save from this effect.
That's what you think.
Endrick, it is your turn.
Bollocks. All right. Well,
You see beside you, Jonathan is just like spread out, like necrotic energy crackling from his eyes that have like exploded out from his body. His skin's turning gray, and like he's beginning to like twitch on the ground. But you probably have better things to be.
yeah, fair enough. I'm like, well, fuck, he's fucking dead, so I'm just gonna book it over here. 5, 10, 25. All right, and I'm going to swing a couple of times at Vecna. And I don't think I've got any smites that aren't concentration, Mike, other than my main one.
You got to keep that celestial up.
Yeah, I think I kind of do. Yeah, straight up. Okay, so here we go. That's gonna be a 34 to hit.
Yeah, that almost doubles his AC.
Okay, I'm going to Divine Smite at a 4th level here.
Okay.
So my initial weapon damage coming out here is 17.
Okay.
And then Divine Smite is 3 at a 1st level, so another 3, so it's 6 d8. 17 plus 28, and another 3 is 44 total damage on that first attack.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack.
He's going to use his reaction to just kind of like he gets stricken, and then he's going to like lash out at you. You are going to take 7 damage, so I'm going to need a concentration DC 10 check from you, and then he's going to teleport 30 feet.
Oh, wow. Okay. I passed the concentration check.
Cool.
Okay.
Do you have anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No.
Okay, Celestial.
Celestial, he is going to fly to me and heal me for 2d8.
Very nice.
Which he can do once per day.
And that's his action?
I believe that is... It's healing touch. It doesn't specify... The celestial touches another creature the target magically regains. It actually doesn't say that it takes like an attack or an action.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know. Like, oh, it's no, it is an action. It's an
Okay.
action for sure.
Cool.
Plus the spell's level, so 2d8 plus 5. So 14 hit points I get back.
Okay.
Okay, and that's the end of Celestial Avengers turn.
All right. Raymond.
Yeah, so I'm gonna. Oops, I'm clicking on the wrong thing. I'm gonna just do a little teleport again, just to get my resistances up, and then yeah, I'm not the most exciting player to come around to.
You're going to shoot your bow.
I'm either gonna hit or I'm gonna miss, and if I hit, then you have to wait for me to roll my dice. So yeah, so I guess that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and hit him. That is 24. So it's gonna take all the damage, I guess, because my thing's still active.
Go ahead and roll it up.
Okay, so it's 7. Oh, low numbers coming in. It's 13, so it's 20. $17, so it's 37. Final 4. 13, so
50.
a round, but
You're
yeah,
rolling very round numbers today.
very round totals.
Oh, this is so tough to watch because if Jonathan was able to go there, you probably would have had a shot of killing him this round. But I feel like things are going to get further and further away from your grasps now because he can just bonus action heal and teleport. Unless there's anything else you would like to do, Raymond.
No, I believe I have bonus stand action, so I will I'll patiently await to be teleported at. Yeah.
Okay, he is going to teleport here, and that will proc the 3d6 psychic damage on both of you guys. So that is 13 damage for both of you. And then
I'm gonna take 6 of that.
He's going to.
Wait, how does it apply if I'm also resistant? Do I half and then half it again, or do I just take nothing?
Half and half again. It's a quarter.
Yeah.
Right?
So you're going to
two.
cunning dodge it or evasive maneuver or whatever it's called.
So I'm going to uncanny dodge,
Cool.
but I'm also like resistant to all damage right now.
So you take.
And it was 13, so 3 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you would have also taken, I believe. So you would have taken the damage from the afterthought curse, which was 9. So you would have taken that at the beginning of your turn. So just add a little 9 damage onto that.
And I can take that down to 4.
No, because that was already halved.
Oh, okay.
So then. Oh, and go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw to see if you still have the unable to be healed effect on you.
I believe so. It's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20 passes, so you are able to heal up at the moment. Unfortunately, you might not get the chance because he is going to turn to you and say, "You will suffer the same fate as that guy that I already did this to." And necrotic energy will engulf you. So I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw that you'll add +4 to.
Damn, how does Jonathan Legendary feel about Vecna not even knowing his name?
I might have to. I might pull one out the bag for this one and see what I get. Am I allowed to know what my safety DC is? Oh shit! I crit. So.
Oh my god, you crit!
It's an ability check, so it's not. I guess.
No, but
it's
that's
20,
good because
24 or whatever. Yeah.
You're taking half damage on like a ridiculous amount of damage, and then you'll be able to half it again. So it was 76 damage. So that's going to be half down to 35 because you passed, and then it's half down again to 17 because you have resistance to necrotic.
Damn.
Yeah, that saves you like fucking 60 damage. That is crazy.
So what's the total damage?
35, 17 damage. And then he is going to take 2 attacks on you, Raymond, with his afterthought dagger.
Raymond just screams at him, "Haven't you done enough, you fucking bastard?"
18 to hit, 27 to hit.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and make me 2 con saves right now.
Con saves. It's no fun. So 16 plus 4 plus 23.
That's gonna pass.
14 plus 4 plus 3, so 21.
That's gonna pass as well. So you're not gonna take this damage at the start of your turn, and you'll be able to heal,
Yes.
which could be pretty big. So we'll see how much.
I don't know. I don't think I have a way of healing. You keep saying I'm
Yeah,
going to be able
but
to heal.
Mr. Paladin has a way of healing you.
Right.
So that is going to be 9, 14, 18 damage, plus 9, 12, 4. So 14 plus 16 is 30 damage total.
Who's that to?
That was to you, but the con save was so that you wouldn't have to take the damage turn after turn, and that you can regain hit points, but you still take the full 30 damage.
Wait, additional to the other hits? I'm confused now. Wait, is it? Can I still half it?
So you can have one of those things. So we'll say we'll round down and say that you can. So there's 2 hits that did 30, so 22 damage is what's coming at your face.
But I mean half it because I have resistance to all damage.
I have already halved all of those things before I gave them to you.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you. That was fun.
Okay, so that means that it is back up to the Celestial's turn.
Did zombie legendary get a go?
Oh, right, zombie legendary. So are you looking at the zombie stat block, zombie legendary?
I have it up. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then go ahead and make your action.
I move my 20 feet of move. Well, I kind of just like jankly get back up and just and walk over to Raymond, and I'm gonna just use my slam action.
I'm gonna try and slam.
I'm gonna try and slam you. Yeah, zombie slam. What was that? It was a 13 to hit. Oh no, the one person who that actually would hit. Okay, so you're going to take 1d6 of damage.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Oh, it's a 6, so plus 1, that is 7.
So I'll take 3. What type of damage?
Bludgeoning.
Right. You.
Okay, Endrick, your turn.
All right, staying in range of Vecna, so I don't trigger any opportunity attacks. I'll walk over here. And I'm going to lay on hands for 50 hit points for Raymond Truthfinder.
Shit.
Wow.
Thank you very much. You can lay your hands on me anytime.
Yeah, fair enough. And then I believe
That's your action. Anything else?
I can cast a spell as a bonus action because
You certainly can.
I have cast a spell. Is there anything good enough to cast? Though that's the question. I don't actually think there is. That's the end of my turn, and so it's going to go to Celestial Boy's turn. He's going to, he's going to fly up. He's got line of sight. He's gonna take his attacks. He can't heal anymore.
Okay.
Well, a 14 is going to miss.
Yeah.
And then a 29 is going to hit.
Certainly will.
So that is 2d6 plus 7. 16 damage.
Okay.
Sorry, 18 damage.
18. All right, Raymond.
Okay, so yeah, it's that standard set of actions. I kind of pop myself away somewhere. So here, and then just to check, the Vecna isn't like 10 feet tall with 10 feet reach or anything like that, right?
No,
So
he's not.
I'll go an extra 5 feet if I have to.
No. You're right. But he can also
Cool.
follow you with teleports all around. So.
No, it's fine. I'm just moving away just to keep him busy, so he's not, because he can do that thing to both of us if we're within like 10 feet of each other, right? Like he can stand in the middle of us and make us both be affected by it.
You've
So
seen the radius of it, and it's 15 feet. So you will have to move farther if you don't want to be affected by it.
okay, and then I'm gonna shoot at him again. It's times 21.
Hits.
Gonna go again. All right, 10. That was good. 21, so it's 31. So it's 46. That's 3 more. 3's all rounds. It's 9. So 55.
Okay.
Still a roundish number.
Anything else on your turn?
I don't believe I can do it.
He's going to take his reaction to deal 3d6 to you by shouting a fell word. So that was 15 psychic damage.
What foul
does he
word does
shout?
he use? Yeah.
He says poo. And then
Oh, come on.
He's going to teleport 30 feet, just teleport behind.
Raymond instantly loses several points of respect for Vecna.
Anything else?
I'm no longer frightened by him due to that. If I even still was. Anyway, no, that's it for me. Carry on, Private.
Okay. It seems like we're kind of repeating ourselves here, but I'm gonna go.
It's just that's where we're at.
Bonus action. Imagine we just play this in continuity. You know, this is just a cycle. It's essentially just wearing down your guys' healing.
We're turning it into like one of those like 10-hour YouTube video loops, but it's actually like a live stream of us just doing
Honestly,
the same turn over and over.
The biggest thing right here is like we're kind of waiting for one of you guys to crit. If one of you guys crit, you can actually swing this, but otherwise it's probably not going to happen.
I crit my pants way too early in the game.
That's why they call you. I'm trying to think of a funny name for
Shitty pants.
Critulation. So yeah, he is going to teleport. He's going to do 3d6 necrotic damage to Mr. Endrick Lightbringer here. He is kind of singled out Endrick as being the kind of guy that he needs to take down right now. So 3d6 psychic damage is 8 damage. Yeah, sorry, necrotic.
Okay, 8?
8. He's going to then heal his hit points, still looking bloodied at this point. He is then going to say, "This has gone on long enough," and he's going to Rotten Fate you, which he causes necrotic magic to engulf you. Make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
What's the effect here? Is it?
You're going to take necrotic damage if you fail.
That's okay. It's not like frightened or poison or anything.
Nothing like that.
Disease. shout out to the 2 crew.
Ooh.
That's a 10.
No.
So you are going to take 94 necrotic damage.
Oh god.
And you automatically lose concentration on your celestial.
Okay.
Like there's no, you cannot get 50 or 48 or whatever is half of that on your concentration check. And then he is going to attack
What if I
you
hit
twice.
a nat 20?
Roll a D100, and if you get 100, I'll let you pass.
Right.
He's going to take his 2 attacks with.
What about a 24?
No, you don't even pass normally.
Shit.
So he's going to get a 23 and a 25 to hit on Afterthought.
Yeah, those both hit.
So then that is 6 plus 12, so 18 plus 8. So that is 26 damage on the first attack. And then on the second attack is going to be 8 plus 10 plus 11. So Endrick goes down. The only one standing to fight is Raymond. Just to save us all another like 15 minutes as we battle this out, Raymond, would you bow to Vecna and become his servant?
Fuck no.
No.
Oh yeah.
I see Endrick like collapse to the ground, and I like look at like zombie legendary and like my grip on my bow loosens and it clatters to the ground, and my hands slam down to my hips and rip out two daggers in either hand, and I go for my final like Hail Mary kamikaze double dagger attack.
Yeah.
Rather that than bow to him is what I'm saying.
Perfect. So you like, you know, I imagine you kind of do like this like yeah, you grab your knives and you're just like, I'll never bow to you. And then, you know, after just like this like it's just like a battle of wills, essentially. It's Vecna's overwhelming necrotic energy versus your resistance. He blasts the beam at you. You're like trying to like, you know, you're crossing your daggers. You're trying to walk through the beam and get through it and to stab Vecna. And you get within 1 foot of him, and you're able to like just pull your arm back, and then your
I think
daggers...
you should at least give me a D100 on your own dice.
Cool.
You roll a D100, I get 100, I stab my daggers into Vecna's fucking eyes.
I fucking love it. Okay, so 30 or 3, depending on how you're looking at it.
So that means I stabbed him in the nut.
Yeah, you got one of his. You stabbed off Vecna's left nut, which becomes another very potent magical item. But as the other dagger,
which canonically has a dagger through it, like.
The other dagger disintegrates the one that was going to the heart, and his beam of necrotic energy passes through your chest, and you just fall. Blank eyes staring, fall over on the ground, and then you see like with like a casual wave of his hand, your bodies float into the stonework of his citadel and get encapsulated with all of his other previous victims. And that is where we're going to end our stream today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and sorry that you couldn't be a dragon today, Russ.
We didn't slay Vecna.
I feel like it would have been game changing if Russ had been able to do one of his dragon spells and I had landed like that crit with sneak attack early on, then that probably would have been enough to edge it.
Before Russ dropped, there was a point that Vecna had 18 HP.
Wow.
And then Raymond missed his sneak attack.
Yeah,
I was like,
that
I was like,
the-
oh, this is game. Like they just
that
won.
was your
And
tier 10
then you rolled like a
turning point right
14,
there.
and I was
Yeah.
like, no way.
That's so annoying because I had my stroke of luck that I had kept in my pocket, where once per short rest, if your attack misses, you can turn that miss into a hit. But it was also like alternatively, I could, if I failed an ability check, I could treat the d20 as a 20. So I was kind of keeping it in my pocket for when it really felt important. And yeah, it's obviously in hindsight is always 2020. I should have used it there, but
That's important.
I don't mind. I still thought it was a wicked encounter, and a good. Today's session was good overall. So thank you to the one person in Twitch that stuck with us for the pretty much the whole stream. You are our favorite person.
I think his name was Stephen Christie. So thank you, Stephen.
Thank you, Stephen Christie.
You get a personal
We love
shout
you.
out. I
want to.
have to run because I have a puppy that needs to go out. So I'm going to end the stream, but if we want to stick around after to talk, we definitely can. See you later, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in.
Arcane, bye.